Hey, I mean, there's not any communication here. Jabari Smith is clearly switching this. I mean, if he was in drop coverage, he would be dropping. Like he's so you have two people going to the ball now. So now Sangoon has to rotate late up to Marcus Morris, and now Marcus Morris can just get it and go right by, draw help, dunk. Eric Gordon here, you can't be looking for a screen. Look at Eric Gordon's eyes. He's looking for a screen. So because while you're looking for a screen, you're already beat. And now Zubac can just roll. He doesn't have to set the screen. He can slip it. And that screws everything up. You're not... You just have too many people trying to guard Zubac. You got three players. Like, Terry Eason's coming to double here. That's great because you can rotate out of this. You can X out. Jalen Green can rotate here, and then Terry Eason can come up to Marcus Morris. But Daishen Nix is doubling, and there's no one here to rotate to his man. So now Reggie Jackson can just literally catch, go into the lane, draw help, canard. Bad transition defense here. If you're Daishen Nix, you cannot be going towards the ball here. You got to take Reggie Jackson because Terry Eason, Sangoon's got to take the ball. Terry Eason has to come over here. I mean, he's not going to get to Reggie Jackson, nor should he even be trying. But this is all a mess. If you're Usman Garuba right here, you're in drop coverage. Why is your hand on the screen? Stop. Why do you have your hand on the screener if you're in drop coverage? Like, look at this. Your body momentum is going here. You needed to be set up here with your feet set. I mean, you look at this. You look at how open all of this is. Like, Reggie Jackson's open for himself, and you're not going to be able to recover to Zubac if he dives here. So you're really not guarding anyone. I mean, Jalen Green's got to sprint back here. Like, he leaves the picture. Like, you can't come back and try and get an offensive rebound here. I mean, you're just not going to get it, and now there's no one back. If you're Usman Garuba in transition, you can't worry about the ball when it's beyond half court. You got to just focus on getting back and figure out the rest later. Like, Garuba's already trying to guard the ball right now instead of getting back. So now you're not able to rotate over to Terrence Mann, who can just go all the way to the rim. Terry Eason cannot backpedal here. You've got to sprint back and get your feet set. Look at this. You're backpedaling. Why are you backpedaling? So now Norman Powell catches this. You're not ready to guard him. And so now he gets by you, and he draws help, and that leaves people on the Clippers open like Robert Covington. Okay, if you're Garuba here, you can't just wait for Batum to come to you. You got to find Batum and box him out and initiate the contact. You can't just stand under the rim like this. Like, this becomes a 50-50 ball because you did that. And it went the other 50-50 way. I mean, if you're Alperen Sengun, you're in drop coverage on a pick and roll, you have to keep the ball in front of you. That's the main part of your job, and you just failed at. Okay, if you're Jabari Smith here, as soon as you see a loose ball right now, you cannot wait to see who gets it. You got to start to get back. You can always get back into the play, but if you stand there and the Clippers get it, well, you're nowhere to be found now in transition. It starts with bad drop coverage again. Alperen Sengun just doesn't keep the ball in front of him, but Kevin Porter steps up to help here. So if you're Jabari Smith, there's absolutely no reason for you to be anywhere near the paint. Like, the help is there. You need to stay with Marcus Morris. Like, you're not doing anything here other than just ignoring Marcus Morris. If you're Kevin Porter, you can't gamble here before you try and fight over the screen. Like, look at this. You gamble here. Look at, you're off balance. So you're already beat before the screen even happens. So it's going to take you way too long to get over the screen. And I mean, Paul George is too deep in the paint now. Yeah, I mean, if you're Eric Gordon here, I don't know, you're not a part of this ball screen. The Rockets are in drop coverage. And if you're trying to help, you can't be moving towards the ball on the pass. Like, you're moving towards the ball as this pass is coming out to Paul George. You're just not going to get out. Hey, I mean, Kevin Porter is playing on Reggie Jackson's side here. Look at his feet. They're not level to each other. He's giving him this angle. So if you're Sengun, first of all, you got to be underneath Zubac because you're going to have to help. Someone's got to help. Reggie Jackson's coming this way. Kevin Porter's giving him this. So, like, where's Sengun? Like, too late. Terry Eason gambles here. He's already beat before the screen happens. But come on, Daishen Nix cannot just all of a sudden come over and guard the ball. Like, this has to be a switch now. Sengun has to guard the ball, and Terry Eason has to go to Zubac. I mean, you can't just leave Reggie Jackson like this. Terry Eason, you cannot go towards the ball all the way over here. You got to get back. Like, you go towards the ball, and as soon as this pass gets passed ahead of you, you're out of the play. I mean, this is on Sengun. Drop as far as you want to where you're comfortable to have your feet set. But if your feet are not set, look at this. Your feet are not set. So you're just backpedaling here. This is too easy. That's Paul George. If you're Josh Christopher here, you have to do whatever you can to get your feet set in a defensive stance ready to guard Norman Powell. Like, you're just not doing this. Like, right now you have all, like, why are you going uphill right now? Just be in a defensive stance with your feet set. Like, you're climbing uphill now. So you're playing off your front foot while Norman Powell's about to come off a screen this way, which means that before Norman Powell does anything, you backpedaled. There's no reason that you can't get over this screen other than the fact that you backpedaled. So now this forces a late switch from Garuba, and Powell's wide open. I would just describe this as frustrating, to say the least. If you're Alperen Sengun, could you complain to the officials during a dead ball, during a live ball? Could you just focus on getting back on defense? Like, you're complaining to the officials. That's why Terrence Mann, you're not able to guard Terrence Mann, and that brings a second defender over. I mean, again, this is a problem. Like, Sengun is dropping pretty far here. Again, you have to keep the ball in front of you in drop coverage. Why are your feet aren't set? This is not a defensive stance. Look at all this space you have and how much time you have to get in a defensive stance. And you just chose to never do it. Okay, I mean, the shot goes up. These Rockets players on the perimeter right here, Jalen Green and Kevin Porter that are just watching, need to start to sprint back. You don't accomplish anything by just staring at the shot. Okay? If everyone just stares at the shot or goes for an offensive rebound, I mean, transition defense becomes a whole lot harder.